So this is going to be a little bit different, right? I was thinking about it for like a minute before I started doing this. So instead of doing a recap, which likely, like, instead of making the recap section really important, I'll just recap what I need and then make it my thoughts on. So today is the 6th of November. We got our first legit trailer for Pokemon Legends EA Mega Dimension. And we got a release date. So, to start with, the release date is December 10th, a little over a month from now. Cool. Got a release date, and we got some gameplay looks of it. Now, to start off, just lay this here, I'm excited for this. I was already, but I'm excited for this. What we're going to, at least from what we've seen right now, because we don't know all that much about it. We're going to Hyperspace Lumiose is a fucked up glitching version of Lumiose, like actual legit glitching, which is crazy. But it's like monochrome white. There's a ton of weird glitch-like artifacts everywhere, and that is the excuse or the setting for which, we'll get to see a lot of Pokemon. We've seen a lot of Pokemon that weren't in the base game. We're seeing regional variants of Mr. Mime, actually, who isn't even in the base game. Cubone, again, isn't in the base game. And they're spawning with their Alolan and Galar variants, which does make me question if the normal ones will be there. I mean, I think the answer is yes. This game was really good about having all the regional variants in the game along with them. Most Pokemon games are, but then you have ones like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and I think that might be it. I think that might actually be it. No. Legends Arceus also didn't have normal Growlithe and all that. It just wasn't as bad as Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl was with that. But we got all of them. We got the way that we're even going here. Everything's donut based. Use berries to make donuts. I think that's really cool. The way that they have it set up is that you can influence what Pokemon spawn, what level they're at, what your stats, among other things. Actually, if I pull up a picture, the picture will be up right here. The UI for it kind of reminds me of the Friend Safari. I mentioned this on stream. It reminds me of the Friend Safari, where we have 3 Pokemon that you're likely to see once you make your choice, and except in this case, you can directly influence what shows up. We have a bunch of new missions and a new mission structure, which we don't know how that's structured, how that's going to end up, like what reason we have to do them, because for the base game, or all of our missions were either research-based, side quests for the detective agency, or for the Looker Bureau, or they were something for the ZA Royale. These new missions, again, they'll be on screen, are more like the ZA Royale missions, so I'm curious to see what facilitates that. They seem to be timed. I think they might be timed. So if they are, there should be ways to increase that both before you get in and probably when you get in. There was a couple new megas actually introduced, so I'm gonna pull those up on my end. Let's see. Where are they? Okay, Mega Chimecho, and Mega Baxcalibur, so we can read the site for it. Mega Chimecho. In this form, Chimecho is flanked by 6 dangling copies. Mega Chimecho always waves and flutters even when no wind is blowing. When Chimecho lets out a cry, the copies join in and resonate with it. As these cries overlap and reverberate, they form an intense sound wave attack. And then we have Mega Baxcalibur. Thanks to Mega Evolution, this Pokemon now generates more ice energy, and the massive blade on its back has grown larger still. Excalibur can use the blade's sheer weight to cleave practically anything in half or smash it to bits. So, see, the thing about that is, right, we have Chimecho. I believe that's a Gen 2 Pokemon. Yeah, I think it is, because Chingling was a Gen 4 baby, I think. And then we have Excalibur from literally the game before this. So, I just find that cool, right? That we'll get new stuff for Pokemon that literally just showed up. Like, it happens, obviously, but not a lot. We also did get to see a good amount of Gen 9 Pokemon involved in the game, which is nice because Gen 9 was the only generation that had no representation whatsoever in the base game. That's actually kind of weird. Like, even Alola and Galar got like one of them. But we did get to see more Alola than Galar Pokemon. Alola was mainly forms. I don't recall seeing anything explicitly Alola in the trailer. But for Galar, we did see Corviknight, which means its whole line is there. Good. That's a really good Pokemon. I'm excited to see what other Pokemon are here. Now, the real question is, how large is the return index? Right? Because, what are we at right now? Hold on, let's go to Cerebi. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's like around 28-ish so far. Given the fact that the base games is 230 something, I can really only expect like 115. Now, we're not anywhere close to that still, but if we look at whole lines, we'll get there pretty fast. And that's completely ignoring like the new megas that could happen, because we just talked about Mega Chimecho and Excalibur. We got to see Mega Raichu X and Y in game. So I'm excited to see all of that. There's a chance that Vulpix can make it in, but I'm really not expecting much. ZA is already a really good game. I really like it already. So, it's whatever. I already like it a lot. It might be one of my favorites. I need to play it more to find out. But yeah, so far, really good. So I'm not all that bothered if it doesn't show up. Now, one question I do have is will there be any new customization present? There might not be. I don't know. The thing is, one of the areas that we saw was one of the shopping areas of the game, but you couldn't go in them because I'm fairly certain that's allowed. Because you were getting assaulted by wild Pokemon in it. And then there's like other stuff. There's the we're going to get more new rogue mega Pokemon, and that's completely ignoring all the story stuff. Speaking of story stuff, because our friends are there has to be something story related. There's literally more story content, but then there's also like the new characters. So there's one new in quotes and there's one actual new character. So the first one is let me go make sure. So we have Ansha, who's the girl who's with Hoopa. So they're going to be important because they're tied together. This mysterious young girl turned up with the mythical Pokemon Hoopa in tow. She's a talented donut chef. Eating one of Ansha's donuts causes Hoopa's power to awaken, allowing it to open a path into hyperspace. And then we have, so that was the actually new character. Then we have the new, in quotes, this is a returning character, Korona from X and Y. Korona is the successor of a line of Mega Evolution gurus. She aims to be a skilled user of every Mega Evolution out there. She'll join Team MZ in tackling the strange events befalling Lumios. So she likely isn't a gym leader anymore. I mentioned this on stream, but I'd like to see what the current college gym circuit looks like, given that at least 2 of them are not gym leaders anymore. But yeah, it's extra, but she's an extra type of person just in the first place. So I feel like this fits, including the whatever the fuck you call this of every Megastone, what looks to be every Megastone that's existed. It might not be the legendary ones might not be on there, but she has a fuck ton of them. Yeah, this definitely fits her as a character. So I'm excited to see what role these two play, specifically Korona. It's nice to see actually another face that we recognize besides AZ and Mabel and Emma. I don't think there were any. Well, barring spoilers, there's 4 then in that case. But I don't think there were any more than that in ZA. Most of them were new, and honestly, I think for a new game that should be the case, just regardless. But yeah, I really like what's happening here. I don't know what exactly Korina will do in the game. Ansha is our way to both get into hyperspace, Lumios, and to give us ourselves and the area, like, make changes to the area and buff ourselves in hyperspace Lumios. So she's going to be important just as from a gameplay perspective. And at the bottom of this page, we got like donuts based on Groudon and Kyogre. Again, if every Mega is going to end up in the game by the time this is done, then it is kind of weird that, because Rayquaza would have to make it in because it can Mega Evolve. And, you know, it's kind of weird to have him and not, you know, the other 2. They're a trio. Yeah, I'm expecting the Hoenn starters to be there, especially after seeing that, actually. I don't really know if there's any other thing I'd expect other than that. I guess if we're talking about stuff that'd be cool to see, other than the Vulpix comment earlier, Vulpix and Growlithe, I guess like Megas for Xerneas and Yveltal would be cool. You know, making that trio also more have more parallels. You know, give them similarities. And I don't know, maybe we could see another. Maybe we could see another, like, I don't know, another group of starters, maybe. Because, well, no, actually, with them, that'd be 4 groups of starters. So, you know, that's 5 might be kind of pushing it, but I'd like to see that. The starters are a good way to have a lot of variety for what's in the game. I don't know if there's much else to say. I'm excited for the story content. The thing about it is, right, with $30, we're kind of expecting it to be, it's obvious that it'd be expected to be substantial. It's less than Scarlet and Violet, so I don't know if it's going to be as much as Scarlet and Violet's will be, or Scarlet and Violet's was. I'm expecting around Sword and Shield, maybe a little less, maybe a little more type. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going on with that. Well, it's really piquing my interest. Like, it's insane, right? Obviously stating the obvious here, but it's actually insane to go see a Pokemon and see it say 164 in level. I have so many questions. Like, will that do anything to the stats? Obviously, it has to, but what will it be doing to the stats? How big of a jump in stats are we talking about when we look at this? And I'm hoping, well, not hoping, but thinking, hopefully, right, this is something that could be brought over to the Gen 10 next year, probably. Gen 10 probably is happening next year. You know, having things that aren't required, but they're there, and they tend to, like, they can, like, break the normal tradition. And, like, it's not, it's not required to do it, but it's something that you can do, and it's like a cool extra thing or a cool post game or like side thing to do. I'm really liking this. Note they say that you'll meet other faces, plural, if we're going back to the characters, so there will be more people here. We don't know who exactly, but there will be more. Other than that, I don't think there's much else to say. Think I got everything. Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, that's about it. You know, have a good rest of your day. And when you're seeing this, the next time I'll be streaming the game really just depends. Because I don't know if there will be any extra missions. I think there should be a couple more. It just makes sense for there to be. Wait, wasn't it leaked that there would be like one or two more? If that's the case, then the next time on stream will be one of those. If it's before the next season, I think the Chestnut season either starts a few days before, or they might wait to start it when the DLC comes out. But either way, regardless, whatever comes first, that's when I'm streaming it. If it's another mission, then we're doing that. If it's the Chestnut season, then we're doing that. If it's just the DLC, we're doing the DLC. But that'll likely be the next time when I stream the game, given that there's quite literally nothing else for me to stream in the game. I'll probably still play it and do a bunch of battles and stuff. But yeah, so now for real, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.